Welcome to the Parish Church of St. Peter and St. Paul in Belton, near Grantham in Lincolnshire. The word Belton is Saxon in meaning, and it describes a bell-shaped hollow with fresh water springs. Belton Church appears at the centre of a neat and mellow group of buildings. Each pinnacle of the church tower sprites a weather vane, formed as an element of the Brownlow arms. And then we come to the monuments. How many monuments can you cram into such a small space? William Brownlow, 1699 to 1726, brother of Lord Tyrconnell. Well, in this Incy-Wincy church, there are 40, but I'll concentrate on the big ones. The character and appearance of the church changed considerably during the opening decades of the 19th century. This church has features from the Norman, late medieval, Georgian and Victorian periods. Here is the earliest part of the church, the North Arcade, with its massive central pier decorated with the incised lozenges found in Norman cathedrals such as Durham. John Cust, 1st Earl Brownlow, 1779 to 1853. Sculpted by Baron Carlo Morochetti of the Royal Academy, and Morochetti was responsible for the equestrian bronze of Richard I outside the Palace of Westminster. Sophia Hume, Countess Brownlow, who died in 1814. The first wife of the first Earl and mother of his 2 sons. The bereaved Earl also installed ornate gilt iron screens and gates partitioning the mausoleum from the rest of the church. The marble was 4 years in the making. It's loosely derived from another on the tomb of Pope Clement XIII in St. Peter's, Rome. Only the column survives, supporting a portrait medallion of the Countess. Belton was recorded in having a church in the Domesday Book of 1086. Nothing much happened until the 1590s, when the main house, the manor house, was built by Sir Henry Pakenham. And the association of the Brownlow family and the church was continued in the 18th century by Dame Alice Brownlow, who had the chancel rebuilt in 1721. Here we have Richard Brownlow, 1553 to 1638, prominent Elizabethan lawyer founding the Brownlow fortunes, and he built the upper stage of the tower. This monument was carved some time after his death, setting the half-figure within an extraordinary Mannerist surround of coloured marbles. Old Sir John Brownlow, 1st Baron of Belton, 1594 to 1679, and his wife Alice. An entry in the church register is an echo of the unhappy far-off days of the Civil War, when Cromwell was gaining experience as a cavalry leader in the neighbourhood of Grantham, and there was fighting here, and the entry in the register reads, May 1643, buried 3 unknown soldiers slain in Belton fight. Dame Alice Brownlow, widow of young Sir John. In her will, she directs that at her funeral, as many poor people to be clothed in black as her years of age. The first recorded work by William Stanton at Belton, and the first of a series of Brownlow monuments by him and his son Edward. Ethelred Anne Cust, 1771 to 1788, by John Bacon from the Royal Academy. The reredos has recently been restored. The centre panel is contemporary with the main gilt frame. Sir John Brownlow, 5th of Humby, Viscount Tyrconnell and Baron Charleville, and he was around from 1690 to 1754. He always despised posthumous pageantry, although his funeral procession was impressive in the full medieval tradition. If you've seen my film of St. Wolfram's in Grantham, well, the same sculptor carved them both. The pulpit here is of oak and Jacobean. This heavily restored Norman octagonal font by the south porch appears contemporary with the north arcade. This church has been well called a museum of monuments. Thank you for watching this rather crowded building of St. Peter and St. Paul's in the parish of Belton, Lincolnshire.